Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. Welcome back to the Retired Guy's Garage. What are we working on today? Well, today is going to be kind of a quick project. I may even try my first stab at a short, I'm not sure. Possibly. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, what are we doing today? We are going to be working on, right over my right shoulder, you see my Facebook Marketplace purchase from many years ago. You saw me use the Sandblast cabinet for rebuilding the calipers on the front calipers on the Trans Am. Worked out great with some new Sandblast media and a new hose and nozzle, and it worked great. First time I've used it, first time I've ever used it actually. Never could get it to work until I put some new media in it and replaced the hose and the nozzle. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, as you see in my hand, I have some new gloves for it that we're going to need to put in. So let's see how hard of a job this is. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Looks like there's a ring that screws into the cabinet itself, and these kind of fit over that ring, and the ring kind of holds everything together. Hopefully that's how it works. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get on it. So, like I said, there's a ring around the outside. Gloves are inside, obviously. Shockingly, after, I don't even know how old this thing is, but shockingly, after all these years, those gloves have gone bad. You can see through the gloves into the blasting cabinet, and you know what? That sand hurts. I can't tell you how I know that, but it hurts when it hits your hands. So the other thing we might do today, see how time kind of goes, but this hose has never really been put on properly. I've not figured out how to do that yet, so I might look at that and see if I can fix that too while I'm at it. So anyway, looks like about 6 screws that hold that on. Unfortunately, they didn't weld the nuts on the inside, so you got to kind of hold the nuts, but you can pretty much hold them with your fingers. Looks like they're pretty easy to get out. So I'm going to take these 6 screws out, and this ring should pull out, and I'm hoping that there's another ring that's attached to the cabinet that this glove kind of sits in between and holds it in there. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see what happens. Bring it back as soon as I get this ring off. Stick with me. Let's see if it is as I suspected. Got all the screws out. A couple of them were bigger and needed a 7mm wrench for the nuts. There were 2 of them that were kind of stuck on there that didn't want to come off. So let's see if this is going to pull out of here, and hopefully the glove will come with it. Alright, well, this is not what I expected. At all, actually. I was kind of hoping that there was another cylinder inside here that it kind of, oh, I see. Okay, I see what you do. Alright, so this thing is so rotted, and you can obviously see looks like Swiss cheese, and that's not good. The gloves themselves are still in pretty good shape down on the bottom, but this is really bad. So basically the glove kind of goes over the end here, and that ring holds the glove onto this plate. So that's what it does. Let's see. We'll file that under no good parts. Hopefully this fits over this. Looks like it's going to. Alright, looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of work on the bench. But basically this just drops into here. Hopefully. that on all the way, put that ring on, tighten that down, and then that'll be our new glove. And of course I picked the wrong one, naturally. All right, let me get this put together, and I'll bring it back in just a few minutes. Just a couple things to remember when you're doing this job. Like I said, it's a pretty easy job. I mean, not bad at all. But a couple things I learned while I was doing this, or kind of figured out while I was doing it, that make sure you kind of got your two holes up on top lined up with these two holes, and make sure the glove is kind of sitting with the thumb facing in, and make sure it's kind of flat. Doesn't have to be perfect, of course, but you know, you don't want this thing, you know, half sideways while it's in there straight up and down. So, and also the other thing to remember is when you're doing this, two things actually with the lock ring, or with the ring that holds the glove on. Make sure that you put the tensioner in between two holes, because don't forget, you got to get your fingers in here to be able to get the nuts on this and tighten it down. And also bring the tension ring almost to the edge of the inside mounting piece. The reason for that is you're going to have to finagle this thing down over the lip of the cabinet in order to be able to get the whole assembly back in. So just a couple things to take note of while you're working on this. So, and of course it's going to take a little bit, but you got to, of course, line up your holes on the gasket. And what I did was, when I got the glove on there and got the ring on kind of sort of tight, I went ahead and put the gasket on there and kind of pulled up on it, and that in turn pulled the glove up and gave it a little bit of tension, and will provide for a better seal. So just a couple things to think about while you're working on this. So, all right, let me get this back in. Let's see if it's going to go back in first. So kind of just shove the glove in there. And that doesn't seem to want to go in there, does it? Nope, that doesn't seem to want to go in there at all. So we may have to, well, that would really stink. But it looks like I'm going to have to put this ring on after the whole assembly is inside. That really stinks. That's stupid. That is really stupid. Craziness. All right, because this doesn't want to, the ring doesn't want to go through the cabinet. Maybe I can force it, we'll see. Let me get some lube on there and see if that helps. Be right back. So as it turns out, yes indeed, that lock ring has to go in last. That big hose clamp looking thing has to go in last. So that is what it is. I just got a long Phillips head screwdriver, and I was able to get in there and get that one in there. So we're just going to lather, rinse, repeat on the other side, and I'll bring you back when I'm done with the finished product. Stick with me. All right, I'm going to break back in here for just a quick second before I show you the finished product. I ended up taking this one back out again, and I'm going to tell you why. Lesson learned. Okay. Leave this one out. Take this one out first, of course. And then you can use this hole to reach in here and work on the inner one. That way you don't have to reach all the way in from the end, because let's face it, my arms aren't long enough. So lesson learned. Take this one out first. Use this hole to take this one out. Put this one back in first, and then finish up with this one. Seems logical, but you know, brain doesn't always work as fast as the hands do. So take this one out first. Use this hole to take this one out. Put this one back in. Use this hole to hold your nuts and everything. Put this one back in, and then put this one back in. Let's finish it up. Well, there you have it. Finished product. Those clamps are kind of a pain, I'm not going to lie, because you do have to put them on while it's inside the cabinet. That is kind of a pain. And The other thing I did have to do was I kind of took on this side. Apparently, this hole must be a slightly different size, a little bit smaller than this one. So I just took and tapped where the seams are on the gloves. They were having trouble going through, so I just kind of tapped the cabinet lip back a little bit to make room for those. So didn't affect the sealing of it at all. So all worked out good. But that's it. All right. And I'll bring you back in here one more time. Let you take a look at it. Of course, I'll drop a link to the gloves that I used. I got them off the old Amazon website. I think they were about 15 bucks if I remember correctly. So, fairly cheap, replacement set, and they'll last me for, long time to come, I'm sure, for as much as I use this thing. So, all right, I'm going to bring it back in just a second. We'll finish this up. That's going to do it for this video. Pretty quick little repair here on the Sandblast cabinet. Put some new gloves in. Like I said, minimum of hand tools. Took me maybe, I don't know, with me screwing up and not putting them in the correct order. Cost me a little extra time, but that happens. I mean, I've never done them before, but this is definitely something that y'all can do on your own. If you have a Sandblast cabinet in your garage or your shop, by all means, order these things off Amazon. Like I said, they were like 15 bucks, including shipping, which is, Prime. If you're a Prime member, shipping's free anyway. So, boy, I really need to figure out how to get something to going with Amazon so I can get a kickback on some of this stuff. I spent a lot of money on there. Wow. Anyway, as always, before I finish it out, minimum of hand tools, flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and a 7mm wrench was really all it took to do this job. So like I said, minimum hand tools, and took me about half hour, 45 minutes, probably all total, including filming. So anyway, definitely if this is something you should try on your own, it's definitely something you could do. So as always, appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. Of course, your support it means more than you'll ever know. Hope you're all safe until I see you again in the next video, and until then, bye for now.